Guys, it's Fonzie with DipYourCar.com, world famous peelable auto paints. Now I have been on a personal quest over the past 6 years to bring you guys the brightest color in the world to spray your cars in. Now why has it taken me so long? Well, when you're normally working with fluorescent powders and fluorescent pigments, they are so susceptible to fading after UV exposure. Most of the ones that we tested don't even last a week after you bring them outside before they start to fade. Now, we won't sell you guys anything through Dip Your Car that we wouldn't put on our own personal vehicles. However, we are talking about fluorescent pigments today, and I've got one of my own personal cars here, the DYCR8, to spray a new color in, which means the quest is finally over. We worked with our partners over at KP Pigments, and today we are spraying the Polaris Yellow, which is a sick highlighter, ultra bright yellow on the DYCR8. We're going to jump right into the project. Enjoy the video. Now we've got our white base down, and before we move on to the pearls, we actually have to do one extra step with the Polaris pearls that we don't do with normal pearls. But it's a super simple step. Let me show you how to do it real quick. What we're using on the car is 2 gallons of matte clear Proline. We're going to do 150 grams of the Polaris, 75 grams per gallon, and I've got one Fix-It kit here. What the Fix-It kit is you can find it at dipyourcar.com, really popular product, and it's a quart filled with different solvents or thinners in it. What you have to do is put the Polaris pearls into the solvents, and that'll help them disperse and break up a little bit. If you put them directly into the clear Plasti-Dip or clear Proline, they're going to clump up a little bit. They won't disperse properly. So we want to disperse them in the thinners first. So all you do is you pop open your Fix-It kit, and you'll see there's some space in the Fix-It kit that gives you a little room for the powder to go in. And you're going to carefully open up each bag and dump them in to the solvents. What I like to do is just dump them in, give it a couple seconds to settle. They'll kind of settle to the bottom, sink a little bit, and then move on to the next bag. We're going to put all of our pearls into this. We're going to mix it really well with a stirring stick, and we're going to leave it for just about 10 minutes. Then we're going to shake it up a little bit, check it, make sure it's dispersed well, and then that solution is going into our matte clear Proline. So we've given it about 10 minutes to settle. We're going to shake it up one more time really well. Make sure it's good to go, and this is going to go directly into our bucket with our 2 gallons of matte clear Proline. Let's mix it up. Now we have completed the car and it looks insane. My only concern about this whole video is whether or not our cameras are going to be able to pick up just how bright this car really is. But we're going to take it outside in a second so you can get a better look at it. First, let's talk about application. We used 4 coats of white down as our base, and without a doubt, white is the only base coat you should use for Polaris. Then we came in with 4 coats of the Polaris on top of the white, and the coverage was better than I expected. After 3 coats, we had about 80 to 85% coverage, and after the 4th coat, full, solid, even coverage around the car. So when you're spraying this material, expect to use between 4 and 5 coats. So the big question is, How long will this color last on your car? Well, I can tell you with all the other fluorescent pigments that we tested, the color didn't last more than a week to a week and a half in the South Florida sun before they all started to fade. Polaris has been tested in multiple climates for well over 6 months without showing any signs of fading at all. So what does that mean? Well, I think it comes down to your personal climate, how long you keep the car outside. Does it stay in a garage half the time, or is it exposed to the elements 100% of the time, and how well you clean and maintain it. Fluorescent colors are never going to be a long-term 4 or 5 year option, but this is definitely a unique color that will give you the longevity that you need if you apply it correctly. Now, the Polaris works in all of our coatings. It works in the DIY Plasti Dip Spray, it works in the Pro line, it works in the Autoflex. Now, if you're a DIY customer, you want to spray your car in Polaris, super simple. Click right up here. It'll bring you to the Polaris car kits. All you have to do is select the size of your vehicle, and the kit will include everything you need to spray your personal car in this color. Now, if you want to get your car sprayed professionally, easy as well. Click the link in the description box below. It'll bring you to a map. Put in your city or your zip code, and it'll bring up all of the Dip Your Car installers near you, and you can have someone professionally apply the product to your car. If you have any questions, email us customerservice@dipyourcar.com, chat with us directly on the website, or call in during business hours, and let's get this thing outside so you can check it out. It's Fonzie. I'll see you on the next video.